Oh, hey there, you beautiful bunch of space marines. Today we are strapping into our virtual spacesuits and taking a trip through the dark and deadly universe of the Alien franchise. You know, the one with facehuggers, chestbursters and more nightmares than a visit to your in-laws. We are diving into the modest yet stellar lineup of the Alien games that grace the legendary PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 consoles. And if you want a complete rundown of all Alien games across every platform known to man, drop me a comment below. But for now, all this nonsense I guess was enough for an intro. Let's dive into this one.
Burke, we've lost contact with the colony on LV-426. Take Gorman and his team to investigate. We don't want anyone to learn that the company has deliberately infected colonists in order to smuggle alien specimens past ICC quarantine.
Yes, sir.
Back in 1996, when the Spice Girls were topping the charts and Tamagotchis were all the rage, Alien Trilogy burst onto the scene like a chestburster from John Hurt's ribcage. Developed by Probe Entertainment and published by Acclaim Entertainment, this game wasn't just another run-of-the-mill shooter. Oh no, it was a genre-defining masterpiece, blending the intensity of Doom with the spine-tingling horror of Alien, and a dash of that good old Resident Evil tension. So what's the deal with Alien Trilogy, you ask? Well, get this. You get to step into the shoes of none other than Ellen Ripley herself, ready to kick some Xenomorph butt across the galaxy.
Get away from her, you bitch!
The game follows the events of the first three films, from the creepy corridors of LV-426 to the eerie abandoned prison on Fiorina 161, hell, even the alien derelict spaceship from the first movie. It is a roller coaster ride through the darkest depths of space, complete with pulse-pounding moments and more scares than you can shake a flamethrower at. Now let's talk about the graphics, shall we? Sure, they might be a bit blocky and pixelated by today's standards, but back in '96 this stuff was cutting edge. I'm talking about dimly lit corridors, slime-covered walls, and xenomorphs that will make you jump out of your seat faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. But wait a second, there is more. The audio design in this game is top-notch, with spine-chilling screeches and a pulse-pounding soundtrack that will have you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. It's like being in your very own horror movie, except you are the one calling the shots here. With over 30 levels spread across the film trilogy, Alien Trilogy offers enough xenomorph slaying action to keep you entertained for hours on end. And with tight controls and intuitive gameplay mechanics, you'll be blasting aliens and dodging acid blood like a pro in no time.
Let's rock!
At its core, Alien Trilogy is a first-person shooter with all the trimmings. Strafing, shooting and dodging like your life depends on it. Because it does. But what sets it apart from the pack is its tight controls and intuitive gameplay mechanics really. But let's not forget about the enemies, folks. From facehuggers to the towering alien queen herself, Alien Trilogy throws everything but the kitchen sink at you. And with the diverse arsenal of weapons and gadgets at your disposal, you'll have plenty of tools to send those pesky aliens back where they came from.
We got nukes, we got knives, sharps.
With secrets to uncover, hidden objectives to complete, and multiple difficulty levels to conquer, Alien Trilogy offers enough replay value to keep you coming back for more. Whether you're a die-hard Alien fan looking to relive the glory days of the 90s gaming, or a newcomer eager to experience the terror of the Xenomorphs for the first time, this game has something for everyone. Ever stumbled through the eerie hallways of a spaceship with nothing but your wits to fend off the nightmares lurking in the shadows? That's the spine-tingling reality of Alien Resurrection, a game that flipped the survival horror on its head when it hit the PlayStation scene in the year 2000. Now, this wasn't another one of those tie-into the silver screen games. Oh no, this was a gutsy reimagining, courtesy of Argonaut Games and Fox Interactive. From the get-go, Alien Resurrection wasn't content with just being another movie cash-in. No sir, it was determined to crave its own path, pushing the limits of what the PlayStation 1 could do. But what set it apart, you ask? Well, for starters, it was one of the pioneers in fully exploiting the PlayStation's analog sticks. Imagine navigating the twisted corridors of the USM Riga with the kind of precision that sends shivers down your spine. Yeah, it was that immersive. And once you stepped aboard that spacecraft, there was no turning back. Alien Resurrection cranked up the terror dial to 11, plunging you into the world where tension hung in the air like a thick fog. And those xenomorphs, they were the stuff of nightmares. Those suckers are quick, cunning, and hard to kill. You would think a few well-placed shots would do the trick, but nope, they just keep coming at you, relentless as ever. And don't even get me started on the facehuggers. Those little nightmares are everywhere, just waiting to latch onto your face and turn you into a walking incubator for their chestburster offspring. Now here's where things get real interesting. Sometimes, just sometimes, you stumble upon a medkit in the game. And let me tell you, that is a godsend. Because if you are unlucky enough to get facehugged, well, you are in for a world of hurt. Unless you can find one of those medkits in time. With a little luck and steady hand, you can perform an on-the-spot surgery to get the chestburster out of you before it's too late. It's a tense moment, let me tell you, but it adds a whole new layer of strategy to the game. In fact, from the pesky facehuggers to the colossal alien queen, every encounter was a pulse-pounding dance with the death. But hey, you aren't going down without a fight. Alien Resurrection armed you to the teeth with an arsenal that would make even the bravest space marine tremble from joy. Pulse rifles, flamethrowers, you name it. They had it. And trust me, you would need every last bullet to survive the onslaught. Let's talk about the visuals for a second. For a game of its time, Alien Resurrection was a stunner. It captured the eerie essence of the Alien universe with such detail that you would swear you were actually there. And don't even get me started on the sound design. Every creak, every skitter sends chills down your spine.
High voltage electrical discharges present in this sector.
Another interesting thing is that you weren't just playing as Ripley. Oh no, Alien Resurrection let you step into the boots of Ripley, Christie, Cole, and also Di Stefano, each with their own bag of tricks, tools, and weapons. It added a whole new layer of strategy to the game. A little variety never hurt anyone, right? Although I would have loved if Ron Perlman's character Johnner was in the game with its sassy one-liners unique to its character.
Real nice party, ain't it?
Of course, Alien Resurrection wasn't for the faint of heart. Its punishing difficulty levels would put even the most seasoned gamers to the test. But hey, that's what made it so damn rewarding. With its gripping story, immersive gameplay, and enough replay value to keep you up at night, Alien Resurrection isn't just a game. It's a rite of passage for survival horror and Alien fans alike. I'm going to interrupt here for a brief moment. Post-production Gabe here, I guess? Okay, so apparently there is a playable version of this game out there on the internet, which is in third person and reflects the E3 demo of this game. And yeah, you can just see it on the screen, and you might as well want to look it up and play it, you know, just use Google. That's it. I hope this little bit of trivia just convince you enough to, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. No? Anyways. Do you ever just sit around and wonder what would happen if you mixed aliens, space marines, predators, and real-time strategy into one big chaotic mess? No. Then it's just me. Anyways, so picture this. It's 2003, you are hanging out in your room, joypad in your hand, and your PlayStation 2 is just begging to be played. That's when it hits you. Aliens vs Predator Extinction. Developed by Zono Incorporated and published by EA, this game isn't your run-of-the-mill first-person shooter. No. This bad boy takes a sharp left turn, offering up a real-time strategy experience set in the heart of the Alien vs Predator universe.
Without us, there could be no hunt.
Fast forward today, and while Extinction might not have made the headlines back then, it's now got a cult following that is dedicated as a facehugger in a mission. Fans of the franchise and the RTS genre alike have given it a big alien-sized thumbs up. Now let's talk about gameplay. You are thrown into the strategic showdown between three factions, the Colonial Marines, the Aliens, and the Predators. Each faction comes packing its own set of skills, weaknesses, and playstyles, making for one hell of a ride. The not-so-hefty story is a tale set in the distant future, where these three factions are duking it out for control of a remote planet, with twists, turns, and more surprises than a chestburster at a dinner party. It's a story that will keep you glued to your screen if you're a die-hard fan. For the others, yeah, well, I'm not sure what to tell you.
Afraid I have some bad news.
Well, that's the switch.
But what really makes Extinction stand out is its 6th generation charm. Despite hitting the shelves back in 2003, the graphics are surprisingly polished, with character models and environments that will make you do a double take. And the audio is like a symphony of destruction that will have you pumping your fist in excitement. Now, let's break it down by factions. In the Colonial Marine campaign, you are leading a squad of tough-as-nails soldiers against the relentless horde of aliens. The Alien campaign lets you take control of the Xenomorphs themselves, as they try to turn human settlements into their own personal breeding grounds. And in the Predator campaign, you are the hunter, using stealth, gadgets, and brute force to take down your enemies. But just watch out, especially if you are playing as a Colonial Marine first. This battlefield is crawling with deadly foes, from the iconic Xenomorphs to the badass Predators. Each faction brings its unique units and abilities to the table, making for a gameplay experience that is varied as it's intense.
Oh yeah, sure. With those things running around, you can count me out.
So whether you are a die-hard fan of the Aliens or Predators, or just looking for something fresh in the RTS world you haven't not played yet, Aliens vs Predator Extinction has got you covered, I guess.
Fucking A. Oh.
Well, thanks for joining me on this ride through space and dark corridors. Again, if you want a complete rundown of all Alien games across every platform known to man and Xenomorph, drop me a comment below. Then like and subscribe and do all those sort of things as usual. Well, I guess this is the end of the video. Again, I was Gabe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, keep gaming.